Welcome back to the Vancouver Special Podcast, episode 10. Been a little while. I feel like every time we do an episode, we're like, it's been a while since we've been here. But yeah, welcome back.
Yeah.
Good to see our first one of 2026. Obviously, a lot has happened, and there's a lot of questions in terms of what's going to happen moving forward in the market. So we're going to talk some real estate. We're going to talk some Vancouver living and expenses and all that sort of stuff. We're going to talk about saving up for a down payment while still trying to live a life. And yeah, we'll sprinkle in some, dating stuff that we've been doing. And so we're trying to keep it social
to
here.
really land the last episode.
I found like everything that we posted, at least on mine, anything that where we talked about like dating, everyone was like, we like this stuff. So clearly you don't like our real estate insights. That's okay. But no, we want to keep it personal and keep it pretty light.
Yeah.
I think for both of us, we do like a lot of real estate content. And so it's nice to like be able to get together
it up a little bit
and just talk.
Yeah.
I just want conversations.
Catch up,
Yeah.
Okay.
On that note, how are things?
Good. Happy New Year. Can I still say that?
Happy New Year. Although I did just see you a couple of days ago.
That's right.
But she didn't remember. I'm unforgettable like that. Or forgettable.
Never, Hasan. New Year, new you? Same.
New Year, same me, enhanced.
Yes.
An enhanced version of
Moving
myself.
Forward. Okay.
Moving forward. Trying to in every step of my life kind of thing. I'm not really a big New Year, new me person.
Me too.
Why change every year? Like be happy with yourself throughout the year and then identify what you need to adjust and kind of work on.
If I think about it too much, I have like a little bit of an existential crisis because then I'm always like, I'm not doing enough. Like, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
But typically end of the year is when I start reviewing all my finances.
Yeah.
And I have a confession to make.
Okay.
I don't really use a budget.
Okay. That's reasonable.
And so every time I collect all of my receipts to like hand over to my accountant, I'm like, ooh, yeah, we're spending a lot. Because, your credit card gives you that year end like statement. And I'm like, I spent how much on food?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, I guess that's part of living in one of the most expensive cities in the world.
Yeah. And also you get that spreadsheet back with your expenses and you see it all itemized.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right. And it's like, I think the good thing about that, though, is you can clearly identify like what you need to maybe improve on.
Yes.
But don't feel bad for not living on a budget. Like, what's a budget? I bet you like a lot of Vancouverites don't actually formally budget. If you disagree with me, like put a comment below.
Yeah.
I feel like people are just like, a lot of people are just living paycheck to paycheck, making
it's tough.
Ends meet. Yeah.
I mean, like, for example, for me this time of year, advanced property tax, City of Vancouver. My home insurance is up beginning of February. Yeah. My car insurance is up beginning of February. And like just all of these like large payments coming out of my bank account. So I'm like, I'm just broke at the end of January.
I hate Q1. Like Q1, same. January, February, March, I hate it. Because there's the like city utilities for the properties or whatever. I've been like, I had a couple rentals that were like vacant for quite some time.
Ooh, okay.
So I've been feeding. I feel like, so I don't have kids, but I'm like, I think this is what it feels
These
like
are
to
your
have
children.
Kids. Not that because I'm not getting any return from them. I'm sure having kids, it's good, right? But I'm like, these are my kids. I'm just dumping money into them. And I'm not seeing anything now. So I have to do that. And then, like the utilities, the taxes. I'm not.
It's a lot. It adds up. And I know a lot of people out there lament about Vancouver being super expensive. Yeah. So is that something that you hear from your clients as far as like affordability goes?
I think I don't directly hear it, but I see it in their actions and like in our communications, especially when I'm working with like home buyers, like adjusting what they may have spent on a home and how they're kind of scaling that back. And so, instead of looking at something larger or longer term of a home, they're thinking, let me just get something short term that's, less money. So I think people are making, of course, a lot of lifestyle decisions when it comes to their income and affordability. But I think when it hits the home, that really tells you like how significant it is, because I feel like people will cut back in every single
other
area,
way.
Right? But if it's coming down to the home or it's coming down to like rent, I don't know if you're seeing this, but there's like a lot more like shared accommodations. Now people are coming back together. I think people are staying together when they shouldn't. for financial
Okay, wait, you're talking about like
reasons.
in relationships?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's happening out there
Yeah.
where people want to leave. They want to like start their own lives,
Like
but
end the relationship.
yeah, but financially it doesn't make sense.
But keep the housing situation the same.
Or just kind of go through the day to day, like keep it all the same, but really that's not what their intention is or what they want to do, but people are feeling stuck.
Actually, you know what? I do know a few people who are like that.
Yeah.
They like still live with their ex-partner.
Yeah.
But they've been separated for like years.
I was going to say, like, sometimes they're separated, right? And like one person's literally sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, or like in the basement or whatever.
Yeah, but they're doing it for like financial reasons. So I think like the whole affordability and inflation and all of this sort of stuff, I think we're seeing, of course, the impacts of that. And then on the market itself, you know, last year was the lowest amount of sales in over 20 years.
The lowest in 25 years.
Yeah. So it's basically, you know, I think maybe there were some first-time buyers in the market, but I think a lot of it were like estate sales, divorces, separations, those that really couldn't stand each other and had to move on. They actually did it, or else they were going to kill each other. So, you know, I think we're starting to really feel that.
Yeah.
And I think, as we've talked about, like the incomes have not kept up with the price of housing.
Correct.
And now we're kind of going through that correction.
But also to note, like, a lot of my first-time home buyers are six-figure earners.
Yeah.
And they're couples. And they're still like, my priority is to find a home and obviously like build that equity, but I don't want to give up my like 4 vacations a year.
Yeah.
Buying all my groceries at Whole Foods, my premium gym membership, and like all of these things. So work-life balance in the city of Vancouver. Does it live up to the hype, or is it all a myth?
You're asking a real estate agent about work-life balance. I mean, I think
what's that?
Yeah, well, I think so, right? Like I think anyone that's in their own business, no matter what the business is, I don't know. I think it's just like
our
life
brains
balance.
just work differently. Like I feel like you and I and anybody who is in an entrepreneur space is going to be working a lot.
Yeah.
But in our brains, it doesn't register as work because you're like, this is just another day in the life. But like my brain is always on.
Yeah, yeah. I would say now, like this year, I'm very focused on having a life.
Good.
So I before I didn't care because you know, it's just me or whatever, and I'm just working and not a lot of responsibilities.
Right.
But I'm starting to associate with people that they have a life outside of their business, and it's like, this exists. And then, you know, as I'm kind of like learning that and seeing that, I really look at my own life, and even though I have flexibility, I really don't have flexibility.
No.
Right? To do certain things, and if I want to go away for a period of time. So, you know, I think I've felt like I have work-life balance, but when I optically see it in others, I'm like, you actually don't. Like you're handcuffed to your business.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think like there's obviously some agents will have a team and you'll have people you can rely on. So that's probably something I need to look at this year is to have that reliance. But I'm looking for work-life balance. I don't know if like how achievable it is.
Yeah.
But I think getting like some space from work probably a little healthy.
Yeah.
Especially like, because, you know, when you take pride in your work, sometimes you derive your value from your work. And I think that's where things get dangerous.
Right.
It's dangerous because if you really put your self-worth on career.
Right.
That
puts a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily.
Yeah. Like you should be valuable just as yourself. And that's something that I've had to like kind of work through is realize that I'm valuable just existing.
Yeah. And you don't want your identity to get mixed up with like your work because your work is an extension of you. It's not a reflection of you necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah, I 100% agree. Like people ask me sometimes, they're like, oh, so like when are your days off? And I was like, I have hours off like on certain days that I like block off to go do like errands, like do the Costco, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I never really prioritize having like a specific day off. So that's something that we're working on this year.
Yeah.
And then, also just like not feeling guilty about taking the time off.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
I was reading an article, I forget who, what, when, and why, but it was saying that millennials find they're more stressed before and after a trip just because of like the work culture of them needing to get ahead of things before they go away. And it's for like regular salaried people.
Right.
And then they're more stressed after at the end of their vacation because they feel like they need to catch up because it's either like their companies are short staffed or like there's nobody on their team that they can like rely on. And so it was just kind of an op-ed for companies to provide a more holistic environment for actually letting their employees unplug.
Right.
Because that's also something that we don't do when we're on vacation.
No. Imagine going on vacation and like not bringing your laptop. Imagine you're like on the plane and you realize you left your laptop at home.
Anxiety.
Right? Like I would die.
Yeah.
I think like also what you were just mentioning, it's like the coming back from vacation dread.
Yeah.
Too, right? Like especially.
It's like the Sunday scaries times 1,000.
Right? And people come back and then they like literally like contemplate their life.
Yeah.
You know, I think what I would say is like.
Depressed for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. I think people like in Vancouver though, like somehow they're finding a way to have this sort of work-life balance. I think even
I want to know what everybody does because my gym is jam-packed on a Wednesday at like 12 p.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. People will like go out and do a workout on their lunch break.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why is everybody here? Like, what do you all do as I'm there on at 12
it's
on a
probably
Wednesday?
one of those bougie gyms that's like $400 a month or something.
Okay, no, it's not that much.
Okay. But it's one of the bougie ones, right?
Yeah.
Right? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's true. There's especially in different pockets, I find, like different pockets around the city, like Olympic Village and, of course, downtown and Mount Pleasant area. You see a lot of people chilling, right?
Like coffee shops during the day, bumping.
Yeah.
And I'll even go out of my way to go to, like, local small ones that are kind of, like, more hidden.
Yeah.
And they're packed. And I'm like, I want to go up to somebody and just be like, what do you do for work? And
honestly, like, probably their parents invested in real estate a long time ago. Obviously, as we know, like money gets passed down or whatnot, or they themselves, you know, anyone that bought in 2010 up until 2015-ish or whatnot probably did pretty well.
I would say 2017.
Yeah. And also like on that note, like what's happening in the Valley now. So during COVID, like obviously everyone went out there. The prices now are down almost to like pre-pandemic.
Yes.
Now, right? They've come down that significantly. I don't know about you, but I'm doing so many market assessments now where it almost never makes sense for these people to sell.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. All the like most recent listing appointments I've had, like my name tag might as well be bearer of bad news. Yeah. Because I'm like, listen, like I know your assessment was this much last year or the last time we talked, but now it's sitting at this. And it's like one of those things where you don't want to apologize because I'm not making up this information. It's the market. Like, I don't shoot the messenger.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It's true. Like I'm the same way where I'm like, I can already tell, like, they're like, okay, can you review this property? And my first question is like, when did you buy it? And then I already know, like, this is not going to look good for them. So I just apologize up front. Yeah. I'm like, look, I'm the straight up realtor. I may not tell you what you want to hear, but I will tell you what you need to know.
Rather disappoint you now than later.
But but then at the same time, it's like, it's hard, like being, like you said, being the bearer of bad news over and over. And I think like, I don't know if you found this, but over the last year and a half, I've become very desensitized to things. Like I get a lot of calls from like YouTube and stuff like that. And someone will call and they're like, I bought this pre-sale. I can't complete on it. I'm walking away from 150K. Like, what can I do? 3 days later, I'm walking away from 70K, like all of these things. And then I'm so desensitized to it that like, even the investments I have, like that I personally have, and I'm like, I'm down and losing money. I don't even feel it. Like, I'm just like
whatever.
Yeah. Like, it's so weird, right? I'm like, whatever, like fork money. And I'm like, it's kind of a weird place to be when there's so many people like around in pain, like in some sort of way. Right.
I can see how that can be a good and a bad thing. Cause they talk about scarcity mindset and then an abundance mindset. So there's a difference in that, like accepting that there are going to be fluctuations in your investments and that not everything's going to be a win, and knowing that it's just money, it'll come back. I think that leaves you in a better positive space to receive more in the future versus being like, oh my God, like stressing out over losing, knowing that nobody has control over that. And you're just stressing yourself out for nothing.
Yeah, and that's a mature way to look at it. For me, I'm just numb. I don't even look at it like that. I'm just like, everything else is taking my money.
Like,
so why don't
my wallet?
Why don't you too take my money?
Yeah.
But that's probably the way to think about it. Like, yeah, I'm like abundance mindset in that sort of way too. But yeah, it's really like interesting what's happening out there. Actually, so yesterday I was at SFU. They do like this careers in real estate thing. Yeah, so it was like a network.
Fun.
It's a networking thing. We're all sitting around tables, and all the students are going from table to table, kind of asking questions.
What kind of stuff did they ask you?
So first of all, like so many different questions about like construction, development, pre-sales. There's students in there that like are getting their license right now.
Okay.
They're wondering how to make it through the first couple of years. There's people with MBAs.
Hang on real tight.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Well, hang on real tight. But then I'm like you have an MBA and like you're thinking about becoming a residential realtor. Like, let me talk to you about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess like what I'm trying to get at is like real estate is like never going, no matter how the market is, it's never going away in the sense that the interest level, there's so many different careers that like lead into it. I talked to one guy and he's so interested in data analytics. And he's like, I want to do data analytics for real estate. And I was telling him, we don't have really great data with certain types of real estate, right? So even when the market is slow, it's like people still want to talk about it. And markets are cyclical.
Yes.
When do you think things may turn around, in your opinion? Okay,
not my personal opinion, but all the noise out there is saying, hold on for the next 3 years.
Okay.
Which lines up with a certain presidential term.
Okay.
But they're hoping that after that, things will kind of go back to normal. Although I would argue that the market that we're in right now is normal.
Yeah.
Like we're teetering on a down market, but I feel like the numbers are still quite balanced as far as sales, the length it takes for somebody to purchase, the interest rates, the sale price, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's just we just don't have the speculators, and the speculators were like, I think for a lot of realtors out there, personally, I didn't deal with a lot of speculation, like speculation buyers or whatnot, but I think for maybe a lot of realtors over the last 5 years, that's been like the easy client.
Yeah.
Where like, you know, they reach out and they're like, I missed out on this. Like, I just need to buy this. Like, I don't care what the floor plan is. I don't care what floor. I don't care what the price is.
Yeah. Or you're like you're going to pay like 15 grand more. They're like, I don't care. Put my name down.
Yeah. And I think that's where like the whole, like the cousin who got the license or this person got the license, they did it because all the people around them were buying. They were just buying real estate through sometimes the sales center directly.
Right.
Right. And so I think we're having not just like a shifting of the market, but we're having a shifting of like the agents, like full-time agents sticking around. I'm actually
curious to see, because you know how we see those numbers every year around medallion time, which by the way, congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, no, appreciate it. You as well.
Yeah. As to how many like licensed agents we lost in the last cycle.
I can't remember where we were at the height. Like, I know we were over 15,000, right?
Yeah, now it's 14 something.
Yeah, last time I checked, we were at like 14,300-ish, which was probably like a month ago.
Right.
So, you know, kind of dropping like flies, like a little bit. I'm curious to see what's happening on the Valley. So, like, you know, sales results side, as tricky as it's been on the Greater Vancouver side, Fraser Valley has gotten hit very, very hard. Low sales. They just revamped their website though. The website looks really good. Take a look.
I should
go
look.
If you go on their site, like, I'm such a nerd, but the way that they have the stats now, it's like a running meter. Like, it's,
nice.
It's actually really cool. But that's maybe all they have going for them in the Valley right now. But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a tough business. Again, I was asked yesterday by like, how do you survive in this business? Like, especially when you're starting out. And I think outside of having like a lot of money saved up, you have to figure out, like I was telling them yesterday, like, what do you do a little bit better than everyone else to get business that you don't hate doing? Right. So maybe that's cold calling. Maybe it's door knocking. Maybe it's networking event.
Right.
You just have to be a little bit better than everyone else, just a bit.
Yeah.
And not hate doing it.
And be consistent with it.
Yeah.
Because the consistency is where people fall off.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Like 100 people will start and then they'll be like, yeah, I'm going to do all of this. But then like by month 1, you'll get like 3 people fall off. And then it just keeps going and going. And then by the end of it, if you're the only one that sticks around, then you're better than the other 100 people.
Yeah, it is. It truly is like survival of the fittest, right? Because when you have so many people that are in one career and you have sales results that are down, 30, 40% off of 10-year average, there's not a lot of sales to go around. I read a stat that like, what was it? 70% of agents, I think it might be a US thing, but 70% of agents didn't sell a home.
Yes, I saw that.
Right? It was on
I think it is
some sort of post. Was it the States?
On Twitter. Sorry, not Twitter. It's not called Twitter anymore.
Oh, on X? I still call it Twitter. It's still Twitter to me.
It's Twitter.
Yeah.
I saw that on Twitter.
I never fact check these things though.
Me either.
Right? I like read it. I'm like, okay, we're running with it.
Yeah.
But
I can see that though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's also like we just talked about the agents that just get their license for family deals. Maybe they're
or they're part-time, which is fine, right? But real estate as a career, there's a lot of money that goes into it on a monthly basis, whether you're selling or not.
Oh yeah.
I don't think people know about desk fees.
No, like, well, desk fees, and then like even just like listing fees.
Yeah.
Like the listing fee, and then if you take it off the market
and then
put
do it again,
back on,
there's another $100 right there.
Yeah. It's no, I mean, not to complain, but it's like if you're not selling anything, you're not surviving in this business.
Which is why I love going to the office.
Oh yeah,
getting my money.
Yeah, sometimes I'll see you in the office here or there.
Yeah,
I go there to get inspired, like see you guys, but like see the other teams in there if I want to like share ideas with people.
Right.
I think it's a good place for that. And I think newer agents like find an office that like you actually enjoy going to.
That people go to also.
Yeah, because I'll always see newer agents in our office, and it's like good chatting with them, and like you gain insight both ways, right? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of these agents, they're coming from different careers, and what made you want to get into real estate, and they have questions back your way, and I think picking like a strong brokerage early on is like super 1,000%.
Critical. Yeah. Game changer.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so I guess
we have our notes here.
Into, I mean, let's circle back to cost of living in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Hasan had pulled some stats here. So 27% about of renters spend over 50% of their income on rent.
Yeah.
And this is just renters. Not owners.
Exactly. This is just renters. So we're basically talking about like, again, that whole work-life balance thing. How are people living? How are people able to actually live a life? And
credit, baby. That's terrible advice.
But you bring up a good, but that's a good point. Like, I think, Canada in general, we have some of the most
highest household debt, on a national basis.
100%. And it's just like,
it's kind of scary.
And it just keeps building and building.
Right.
But almost just as scary as like the governments keep building and building on their debt. Yeah. Like Canada is we're just a debt bubble.
Yes.
I don't want to get like all grim here, but we're like a debt bubble. Productivity per capita, per person is like falling. Like we don't do anything. We don't. Well, we kind of.
Wait. Well, what do you mean?
No, we do. Sorry, no. We do things. We do things, but it's like it's almost like the mouse on a hamster wheel. Like you're expending a lot of energy.
You're just going through the motions, but you're not getting to.
Yeah, and half the country like works in the public sector, and there's not a lot happening. But that's a good point. Like I think a lot of people are surviving on debt. Yeah, you have so many people living paycheck to paycheck, but I think like if you're spending 50% of your income, and I think like these numbers are a little bit low. So 50% of their income, 27% of Vancouver renters, 38% of renters. Yeah, I think it's higher. I think there's more people spending more than 50%. They're probably just not doing the survey.
Yeah,
because they're like, I don't want to do this.
Bad
survey.
Data, bad results.
Yeah, totally. If I write it down, I'm manifesting more of this, so I'm not even going to submit.
Yeah.
But I think people are spending more, up to 60%. And so...
Although the rental market has come down.
Exactly, yeah. So it's come down, and then like I was saying, people are going back to like shared accommodations.
Yes.
They're going back to live with their folks. I think there's probably a lot of people around our age that are going back and living at home under one roof to save. So I think people are doing that obviously in an effort to live a life, and that's just kind of the natural like socioeconomic thing that happens, right?
Yeah.
You do what you got to do, and then people will be like, well, we should move to Calgary or wherever. And I don't know if you've looked at the weather everywhere else. Like today, it's like 15 degrees.
I know, it's gorgeous out.
No jacket.
This
February
is the
4th.
reason we pay a premium to live in Vancouver.
The only reason is our winter. But it's been, really nice, right?
Yes.
And so I think that's a big part of it. Like if I lived in truthfully, if I lived in Toronto right now, I'd be depresso.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
Right?
I mean, even here, you get a little bit of the saddies because
Yeah.
of the rain and the gray, but it's definitely not as bad as being in minus 40.
Yeah. It's
So-
crazy. I think was it last week or the week before?
That snowstorm where everybody is
yeah.
like, you better pick somebody you like to be trapped in the house this
Oh,
weekend.
right. Oh, right. There was like piles and piles of snow. I heard it was like the coldest place on earth. Toronto was.
Oh,
Like
really?
with wind chill for like a day or something. It was like the coldest place
Yeah, no thank you.
on earth. Was it? That's
Oh.
crazy. Colder than Antarctica.
Minus 50 something. That's insane.
Colder
What?
than the North Pole.
No. Yeah, no thanks. I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Sold. Staying
And look
in
at their
Vancouver.
real estate prices, still high. But so I think like there's something to be said, obviously, for where we live.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it did push a lot of people. I think the affordability, it pushed people to other areas like Calgary and
Yeah.
stuff. But Calgary has started to inflate now too.
Yes.
Vancouver prices start coming down. And now the folks that went to Calgary are like, this is looking attractive again. And so I think we'll probably see some people come back. But at the same time, I think this is the first year where we're expecting Canada population to decline. First year in, I can't guesstimate how long, like an insanely long time. So I think if you're looking for hope when it comes to affordability and maybe rent prices, they're going to come down more.
Yeah.
They're going to come down more. There's more rentals being
demand,
built. Yeah.
Less pressure, lower prices.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're noticing this, but do you find like a lot of your clients are now, because they have so much more to choose from, they're kind of like leaning towards like older stuff that might be larger.
Yes.
Like they don't want the shoe boxes anymore, right? Like I have quite a few clients that...
And they realize that they now have the leverage to be more picky because they're not in a rush. So they're like sticking to their guns of like, these are my top 5 non-negotiables.
Yeah.
Whereas like if this was during the height of the pandemic, I would have been like, y'all got to pick one. Like, because we're not going to hit all 5. But now it's like, okay, we actually can. We can do lifestyle for location, size for what you guys are looking for, like newness of a building or how well it's managed. Layout and whatever else. Like, it's possible.
I wonder if like, I'm just thinking out loud. Like, I wonder now if it's like people are spending so much more time at home because the minute they leave the house, they're spending money.
It's like, boom, $100 the second you walk outside.
Yeah. Even just waking up, right? Like just waking up and breathing, you're like spending money as you go.
I don't know about you, but I can do a lot of damage on my phone.
Can
Amazon,
you?
like.
Oh, Amazon? Yeah.
Uber Eats.
Oh my God. I think we talked about this. The amount I spent on Uber is insane.
Yeah.
Like it's not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like exact same thing. And I think maybe people are like, okay, well, if I'm going to spend the money in the home, I'm going to get something larger, something that's a lot more livable for me, even if it's older, to keep the cost where it needs to be. But I'm definitely finding a lot of first time buyers are like, I don't care if it's 30 years old.
Yeah. They're like, I want the space. I don't really want to like amend my lifestyle as far as like location. Some of them are even okay to shared laundry, which I never thought I'd see the day. But I did have one client last year who was like, yeah, I'm okay with like, as long as I stay in this neighborhood, I have this much square footage. If it's shared laundry, that's fine.
That says a lot.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa. Okay.
I think that says a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Of where people are at. So I think people are just like, they're figuring it out. Vancouver is healing in some sort of ways, like with like real estate prices. And a lot of people will be like, oh, like you realtors, you want the prices high. No, we just want to transact.
Yes.
We just want to
we don't care what it sells at.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll get comments on my videos. It's so funny. It's like, I'll do a video and then people are always hammering me, but then they'll be like, are you realtors now going to start convincing the sellers to like lower their prices? And I'm like, you think we have that much control over sellers' prices? The one thing we have control over is walking away from a seller that wants a higher price, right?
Not for me.
Right? Yeah. Like I have some clients, they trust me so much that I can, whatever price I tell them, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're going to list it. Yeah. But that's not the vast majority. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them are people you haven't met and you're doing assessments and all of these sorts of things. So I think we're going to see kind of like treading water the next little bit. I think prices are going to keep coming down and we need it.
Speaking of treading water.
Yeah.
So 2026 is going to be, I think, predicted the highest mortgage renewal year because of all the people who bought during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And they are about to get their bubbles burst.
Yeah.
Because they locked in at like 1.9, 2.5, and now they're looking at high threes.
High threes, yeah.
Maybe even 4, depending on what their situation is.
Yeah, yeah.
So number-wise, that's going to be at least $1,000 more.
Yeah, I think like, so it was last year and this year where...
For like a $600,000 mortgage.
Yeah, it's not pretty. I think like... so a couple things. I think those folks, I don't think they're like really waiting until their renewal mark. I think they've kind of been making some decisions in the last little bit. Also, like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, rates were in the 6s. So when they were talking about this, like they called it the mortgage renewal cliff, like everyone was going to fall off a cliff. It's no longer a cliff. It's now a ledge that
people are going to hang on to.
Well, if you jump, you might break your legs, but you're not going to die. Like I think that's kind of where it's at. I think people have already started to make some decisions on that. So I don't think it's going to be as
Actually, I was one of those people because I renewed 3 years ago, and I'm currently sitting at like 5.8. Brutal.
So when you renewed 3 years ago, you did variable?
Fixed.
Oh, you did fixed.
But I'm up for renewal, which I am going to do an early renewal because I'm like, get me out of this 5% range.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm going to go variable.
Yeah, so I did variable last time, and I wrote it up. I wrote it right up. I was at, what did I get it at? 1.9, and then I just wrote it.
Shut up.
I wrote it. Yeah, I know.
Gosh,
the one
that's
time
insane.
where it's not good to have variable,
yeah,
I did it. But I was on variable before, and I had 2.
Yeah.
I had 2 variable mortgages at the same time.
I'm usually always variable, but like during that time, and I was like, nobody really knows what's going to happen. I was like, fixed. I don't care if it's at 5.8.
I was drunk off of the low rates. I was feeling that pandemic. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling so good. You know, I was feeling optimistic. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Renewal cliff, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And I think
and that's going to affect a lot of people's lifestyles. Because for me, like my mortgage payments went up $1,000. And I was like, yeah, let me just find an extra $1,000 like laying around.
Right.
So in that sense, I kind of budgeted. And that's just like in my head where I'm like, I can't go shopping as much.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, like, where do you scale back? I guess it's like the discretionary, the Amazon and.
Yeah. And like the eating out, which is tough because like I eat out a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like dining out is a hobby for me. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
So something like that where I was like, okay, maybe not so much. And like travel, like I think the year that I renewed up to that interest rate, I think I went on one vacation.
Yeah.
Like the whole year. Because otherwise I was like, sorry, can't do it.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's good that you like are making those decisions, right? Like I think for me, like I can't cut down on my like food budget. Like I have to just, I gotta eat. And I'm not the type where I'm going to take time out of my day to like cook something. Right. Like if it's eggs, sure. Right. If it's something simple and I don't want to eat like
something
unhealthy.
You pop in the microwave.
I'll try not to. Like I'll try and make it like, if I'm going to do something, it's got to be like kind of healthy.
Okay.
Or I'm just ordering every single thing that I eat or whatever, or I go out to eat. So that's not one area I can cut. But then I was like, always like, I have all these like subscription things that I pay like $10, $15, $20, $30.
It adds up.
And I don't even know what they are.
Yeah.
Right. So I should look at my credit card statement more often. But once in a while, I'll look at the statement. Yeah. And then I'm like, what's this? Like, what am I paying? And then sometimes they'll have like a weird name.
Yeah. And then it's not like, the actual company. You're like, I've been frauded.
I'm like, is this fraud?
Yeah.
like, what is going on? And it's actually something I signed up for.
And then you Google it and you're like, oh, right, I signed up for that shit.
And it's like, and I got to keep it. I actually use it. Or even if I don't use it, I'm like, well, I might use it one day or whatever. So I try to do like these little things. And like you said, like this is kind of the time of year.
Yeah.
You know, where it's a good time to do it.
Well, and also the other thing to consider is you and I both don't have children. I can only imagine what it's like for people with kids who have extracurricular activities. Because I have some friends who are like, I can't, like, we've needed to cut back on all of the stuff. Like, the kids have needed to just settle for 1 rather than 4, which sucks, right? Because like as a parent, you want to give your kids like everything. But I was out for lunch by myself one time last week, and I was overhearing a family speaking to their parents, and they were basically saying like, "Yep, we just renewed our mortgage. Like it went up $2,000, and like." This was on the west side, so I'm assuming they live on the west side, so they must make decent money.
Yeah.
And the husband was saying that he's needed to do Uber Eats and like skip the dishes like on the side to help like supplement things. And plus they've got like another baby on the way. And I was like, man, if that were me, I'd be having like an existential crisis.
Right? And
I'd be
another
panicking.
baby on the way. Yeah. Like, yeah, I think so. I think people that don't have kids, a lot of them, obviously they're making like some really tough decisions to kind of not have a family, I think, in many sort of ways.
Yeah.
When I talk to people with kids, how do you guys subscribe to like every single TV service ever known to man? Like, I'm talking to people with kids, they're like, oh yeah, I watch this show. I'm like, what's it on? They're like Disney Plus, Hulu, this. And I'm like, dude, like how much are you paying?
Oh, this is on Paramount Plus,
right?
Or blah, 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 whatever.
How much? Comment below, what is your average bill for TV? Subscription, like all of it together. Like I understand cable, I understand Netflix, but you get into like the Disney Plus and the Hulu and the this and the that. I subscribe to something off of Amazon Prime now. There's like other add-ons you can do.
Yeah, you can do it right from within there. Apple TV does that too.
And you can grab all these other things.
Yeah, which the other thing that I'm really annoyed about is like, okay, you're paying a subscription and you want it to be ad-free. But to be ad-free, you got to go to this certain level. I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But now what Amazon's doing is in the middle of a movie, they'll throw an ad on and then it's like one click add to cart. I'm like, this is so dangerous.
They're going to get you.
And it's obviously, I think, based off of your algorithm of what you're scrolling on Amazon anyway.
Yeah.
And then so while you're watching a show, it'll be like, here's a thing, and it's an ad for it.
We know you like this.
Yeah.
We know you're going to like this.
We know you've been looking at this every day for the last 2 months. Like, here's the ad for it. One click buy now on credit card ending in blah, 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 blah.
Easy.
And I'm like,
why not?
Why am I paying for this?
Right? And it adds up. And then it's like, how much time do I actually spend at home to like watch this sort of stuff?
Yeah. Like I never watch TV.
Yeah. TV itself, like I'll watch sports games, but I don't watch TV outside of that.
Yeah.
And then the way obviously they make the bundles is like, you have to take all of this to be able to watch the sports. And then they separate the sports.
Do you still pay for cable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't know? I think a lot of people don't.
I haven't paid for cable in 10 years.
But then do you still watch all the live sports? Can you watch all the live sports?
That's what Friends are for.
Well,
like who's airing the Super Bowl? Who's hosting a Super Bowl party?
I need to watch, even though the Canucks are like horrific. I need to have access to their games. And in fact, I'm not even really watching them this year, but I still need access to their games just in case I'm like at home or whatever.
Do you do like fantasy sports and stuff?
No.
Okay, because I understand that. They're like,
I
need to know. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah, well, you need to, like, with sports, it's one of those things where you have to know, like, you have to watch it up front. You have to watch it live or you're never going to watch it.
I guess.
You know, you're not going to go back and watch, maybe if it's like Super Bowl, of course, but like, you're not going to go and watch the Canucks game after it's done.
I guess.
Because you know that they lost and they got their butts handed to them or whatever. So that's all it is like, I need the sports and then the Netflix, and then I can survive outside of that. But I can't even remember how we got to what we're talking about here.
Affordability.
For like all of these sort of add-ons.
All the extra stuff, like things to cut back on.
Yeah. So it's pretty much that. And then, like the Amazon purchases, which I don't do like a ton of. Like I spend money on like food, mortgages, going
another one for you.
Okay.
So on
the look on your face, I hope we caught that because
on a tight budget,
look devious right now.
Trying to cut back, would you say going out on dates is something that you would cut back on? Because that's an expense. Or is that part of a non-negotiable?
Well, it's not non-negotiable. I would say for me personally, I don't go on a ton of dates.
Right.
I'm dating like intentionally.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to like, if I'm dating, I'm looking for like a life partner.
Yes.
So I'm not like swiping on everyone.
Isn't everybody?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not. Like I got buddies that are like, no, don't want it. Don't want that responsibility. For me, it's a little different. So I won't date more than one person at a time. And so I'm okay investing in dates. It's not something that like I need to like
investing in dates.
Is that a weird word?
No, that's refreshing.
Well, that's what it is, right? Like if I want like a long-term thing, I think it's I think you're investing in whoever it is, and they're investing in me, like who I am or whatever. So I don't cut down, but I already don't go on a ton. Right. How about yourself?
Well, I guess it's different male versus female because I think there's a majority of the expectation that the dude should pay on the first date, which I do agree with, but
would you ever pay on a first date?
No.
Yeah, okay. That's the right answer.
If anything, what I would do is like if we go to a different spot for dessert or like a coffee, then I'll pick that up.
Right.
If we go out for dinner and then do like ice cream after or something like that, then I'll be like, let me buy you ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good.
But no. And because if they're not willing to take me out to dinner, then it's a no.
Yeah. I think like if you're a man and you're dating, like first date, definitely.
Yeah.
It's not even a question or anything. Like man has to pay. And if you're even thinking about whether you should, you're not ready to date.
Yeah.
I think like my philosophy is when you're early dating.
You need to be able to afford it to do it.
Yeah. And not just the first date. Like for me, if I'm dating someone, like I want to cover vast majority of the time. And then once you get to like a relationship level, then it's okay for there to be some partnership.
Right.
I do have one thing though. I want a girl to reach for her purse.
Okay.
Even if you don't want to pay or you're not going to pay, just reach one time in the first 3 or 4 dates. Just act because, and the reason that for me is like, look, I want to take care of who I'm dating long term. I want to know if my back's ever against the wall in the future. I'll dig myself out of it. But if I'm in that situation, I want to know you have my back.
Right.
And I learned that by that one gesture. And then, like once in a while, I don't mind them paying. It's a good feeling to be like, okay, I know that I'm investing in this and that, again, down the road, if whatever happens, like she'll be there for me too. And then I'll get back on my feet and we're driving again.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of my philosophy.
I think from a female's perspective, because they feel like they've invested before they've even met you. Because like to go on a date, it's like, okay, hair, nails, lashes, clothes, makeup. Like they stepped out the door, they're already like $500.
Yeah.
And then
plus the time and what's your time worth?
Yeah,
like for us, it takes us 15 minutes, right?
Exactly. And then so when the bill does come, if the guy doesn't like reach for it right away, then I'll be like, hey, do you want to split that? And then that's a test.
Yeah.
If you say yes, it's like, this isn't happening again.
Do
especially
guys say
like
yes
on a
when
first
that happens?
Oh yeah. Or there are some times where like they'll hesitate when the bill goes on the table.
They won't grab it right away.
And I reach for my purse and they don't say anything. And then I'm like, I'm going to pay for this.
Really?
And then
that's wild.
Blocked. But
yeah.
It's
I must be
happened.
pretty old. I must be old school or something. Cause I'm like, I don't know. I don't see
It's
that
happened.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Split the bill, like never.
Yeah.
On a date, never. I think once you
like
split a
especially
bill.
a first date.
Oh, I think once you split a bill, you're no longer dating.
Yeah, you're in the friend zone.
It's okay for the girl to pay. Like if it's like down the road again, then but pay the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I'll pay whatever.
Right.
But I think once you split, there's just a connotation with that this is not a romantic.
Yeah, you're putting
connection.
yourself in a bucket that it's going to be hard to get out of if she doesn't block you right off the bat.
Yeah. But I'm just imagining the awkwardness, like the bill hits and you got they're not doing anything and you're probably like, should I reach for my purse
this
now?
wasn't even anything crazy. We met for drinks at Cactus Club. This bill was like $45.
Oh my God.
And I was like, buddy, if you're poor, just say that.
It's, oh man, it's rough out there, eh?
Yeah. Especially here. Like something that I've noticed too, like dating in the States versus here is different.
Okay, how so?
I think the culture down there is like men are just more forward.
Okay.
Like I'll get hit on at the grocery store. Like no makeup, like looking like a scrub, sweatpants. They're like, hey, and it's not even like creepy or anything. It's like, hey, I just wanted to take like some time out, just tell you you're really pretty.
Oh,
I'm
nice. That's great.
Me? Like, thank you.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, like, or they'll chat you up, or if they'll just pay you the compliment.
Right.
And then they'll just like go on about their day, or they'll try and have a conversation with you and be like, hey, yeah, like, what are you doing? Like, what's your Instagram? Like, what's your phone number? Blah, 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 whatever. Yeah. Here, it's like you're on a dating app, you match with somebody, you get off the dating app if you're lucky. And then even then it's like, why are we pen paling for like 3 weeks before you'll ask me out?
Right. Why do you think people are like so much more passive over here?
Well,
like,
what
do you think it is?
I think from a population standpoint, men have so much choice. For every like one single male, there's like 7 single females.
What?
Somebody
here?
told me that stat. Yeah. I don't know if it's real. Somebody fact check that for me.
I think that's Victoria, BC, maybe.
But yeah.
Around here.
I mean, me and my girlfriends were like, are you not tired of seeing the same 52 people on the dating apps? Like, it's the same people.
Right. Yeah, I think that's interesting. I'm like trying to figure out why people are like more passive over here. I think maybe we talked about this last time, like why they don't ask you on a date, not you personally, or why they don't. They just don't want to.
Just in general.
They just don't want to. And but sometimes it's like it's a them.
Yes, 1000% it's a them thing.
Everyone has stuff like going on, and then some weeks are better than other weeks, or like work is stressing you out, or this is stressing you out, or all these sorts of things, right?
Fine.
Yeah, but it's interesting that in the States it's like very different. People are just like upfront.
And I'll like meet people and they're like, what are you doing tomorrow? Like, let me take you out tomorrow, or like whatever. And I'm like, whoa, slow down. We just met.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But it feels good. But it feels good to have. Are you moving to the States now, or?
No, not yet. At least
not yet.
We'll see. We'll review in a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe after 3 years, we'll see what happens.
Right. Well, I think he could have another term, right? Like, I think like
that's terrifying to think about.
Like legally you can't, but I think there's maybe a way.
Yeah.
Something, right?
Apparently some sort of loophole where he could potentially amend that rule to make it happen again. But then, I don't know. I'm hoping that the American people won't let that happen.
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll see what happens. There's obviously like, I think there's been a big effect on like obviously us, like our market here because of what's happened over there. And it's like this year again, there's kind of a lot of like uncertainty.
Yeah.
They have to negotiate like a new trade agreement. Yeah. And so my personal take is like the next few months in this market, it's going to be so telling for what's going to happen for the rest of the year. Because we were horrific as of February of last year. February was like,
yeah.
And then it fell off a cliff. So if you think about it, Michelle, if we're not up over March numbers this year, we're cooked. No, seriously, market done.
Yeah, I know.
Stick a fork in it. We have to be up on March numbers.
I know.
So it's going to be, are you doing anything different in your business this year? Or?
We're leaning more into reaching out to our clients.
Okay.
Past clients, because we work mostly by referral.
Right.
So it's not necessarily cold calling, but it's picking up the phone and making those connections, even with people who transacted with us like 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago.
Right.
To just be like, hey, we're still here. Want to be like your real estate advisor.
Yeah, yeah.
If you know anybody, give us a call. So making that more a staple in the daily activities for work.
Yeah. And the added benefit of that is they'll actually take your call.
That's true. Because it's not like cold calling where they'll be like spam.
Well, now when you call people, they have that thing set up where it's like, leave your name and why you're calling, and we'll let you know if they're available.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Hasan, Vancouver realtor, talk real estate. Yeah. And I'm just like, are they going to take my, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, are they going to take it? But you can't get through on cold calls very much. So I think like nurturing your client base is super smart.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we've said this before, like going back to basics, and that basics is relationship building. Yeah. And so it's like, go above and beyond for like the clients that you do get, or even like in the last year, a lot more like care post accepted offer to completion date, and even after that. Yeah. And just staying in their peripheral vision for like the following year after. Yeah. And being like, hey, we're still here, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. What about you?
So similar thing in the sense that, I want to get closer to my base of clients, be more nurturing with them.
Do you do client events?
No.
Oh. Okay.
So that's one area that I can do. I find because like I'm a little bit more on the data and the analytical side, it's that nurture that I know I need to get better at. I think as well, like, I do a lot of videos that attract new people. Right. But very often I'm like, I should really be sharing this with my, existing people. Like, I don't want them seeing this and being like, well, why didn't Hasan tell me this directly? Pick up the phone and give me this information. Right. They still see it, but I want them to know that it's important to me that they get that message. And that you being like, hey, I saw this, I thought of you, I want to share it with you. Exactly. You are special. Yeah, and for me, it's like not all about new business, even though the videos that's what they do, they attract new. I want to make sure that my clients know that, hey, I want you to know this as well. So kind of like I already do like the newsletter. Yeah. But I want to do like the send out cards and all of that sort of stuff too. Well, and your clients like appreciate your
nerdy approach to things already. So like, why?
Calling me a nerd?
Well, you self-proclaimed.
Did I use the word nerd?
Yeah, you did. You're like, I'm such a nerd.
Okay.
Like your statistical approach to things, they already know that that's your style. So that's something that I'm sure they would all appreciate anyway.
Yeah. And it's just kind of like getting it in front of them. But like nurturing the base. You call me a nerd. But that's all good.
We're all real estate nerds.
That's true. That's the motto of where we both work at. But yeah, I think it's like, I guess final take here is, what do you expect over the next year? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm going to tie this back to something that we talked about at the sales kickoff, which is the theme of the year, which was journey.
Yes.
Which is like putting importance in enjoying the ride of getting to a certain destination. And I think with the outlook, and I don't want to be all like doom and gloom and stuff. I'm just trying to be a little bit realistic where it is unpredictable. This year, we don't really know what it's going to be like yet. Like we're seeing a little bit of an uptick in activity, but whether or not that's going to fall off another cliff, we have no idea. And so I think the destination for now, like a short-sighted destination, will be to make it past Q2, like in the black. And so from now until then, enjoy the journey of, really leaning into that activities that will build the pipeline and good practice and all that stuff, building relationships, and just go through the motions, but also enjoy, and not, don't give in to the stress of trying to make it all happen.
No, I think that's like a really, really good message, right? Because it's very easy to be like, oh, this is where the market's going to go. This is what's going to happen. I'm kind of the same way, where it's like, focus on what's in front of you, focus on what you can do today, cancel out the noise, and understand the market is going to do what the market's going to do. And we just kind of react, and we alter what we need to do on a day-to-day basis, stop and smell the roses along the way.
Yes.
I'm definitely one of those people. I think that might be a Taurus thing.
Yeah, me too.
Where it's like in the moment.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Like I'm happy in the moment, and that's very important to me. The future matters, but how I feel today is important. And just making sure every day, and like also surrounding with positivity. I think it's going to be huge. Like I've really cut down on my communication with people that always have something bad to say about the market or what's happening out there.
Or even just life in general.
Life. And truth is, I've been a sounding board for quite a few people in that regard, where I don't know what it is. They like to talk to me about these things, and I like to listen. I like to be there for them. But at the same time, I know this year and in general, I just want to keep my energy level up. Yeah. Keep it in the zone.
Because regardless of how hard you try, like passively, you're absorbing that.
Yeah. And so that's the other thing is I can take that and then throw it away and then move on. But that's that time that you allow kind of that dimming of your light. I think this year that's really could be impactful. I think we have to be at like our highest energy threshold this year, especially. Yeah. And like at all times, run at a high frequency. Yeah. And adapt and stay away from the noise and just keep working hard.
And just like romanticize life a little bit.
Yes.
Like
go back to that.
All the mundane things. Like go get a nice coffee and just like sit and appreciate. Don't think about the fact that you paid $8 for it.
Right.
But think about.
And you hit the tip button.
And you accidentally hit 25%.
That's right.
But sit and enjoy the coffee and like, just take it all in. Look at the tree. Like, that kind of stuff.
Because we are so blessed.
Yeah, like 1,000% to live in a city like Vancouver where we are not dealing with minus 50 temperatures in the winter time.
Yeah, we're going to head back out there to 14, 15 degree weather.
Yeah, I can't wait. Nice. Knock on wood, I haven't had to take a shovel out this year, so.
I don't even know what a winter jacket is. I don't think I've sported one.
I didn't need to wear my super puff.
I'm wearing like a spring puffer, like all Christmas season and everything. I'm wearing like a light jacket. Yeah. But yeah, we don't want to rub it in. We do have like 3 viewers in Eastern Canada. So for you three, for you three, we'll tap out here. I think this was a good episode, good conversation. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for joining us again. We will see you next time, more frequently this time. But yeah, thanks for watching and tune in next time.